What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Lopez Pena Show. I'm your host, Nick. To my left, I have my beautiful wife, Mary Beth.
Hi.
And right in front of me, I have our other host, Ramon.
Ramon, Ray, whatever. How you guys doing?
Brother from another mother. No, I'm just
My
kidding.
brother from another mother.
He's
my brother-in-law.
yeah. He's my verbo.
From a different mother than my sister from the same mother.
To make that clear.
So dumb. All right, guys. So today we're gonna be talking a little bit about kind of like our personal, our family business.
Okay.
About a year ago, we opened our family business, which is in real estate. We started investing in real estate. But I don't really want to talk about real estate. I want to talk about how it has changed us personally. Because I think that since starting real estate and spending more time with business people, entrepreneurs, people that are doing, their own thing, it kind of like it made me want to do better for myself, right? And it changed me the way I see things.
Okay.
It changes the way you think, right?
Right. And the way you see
Your mindset.
It changes your mindset, and also the people that you want to hang out with, which is for me now like the biggest thing.
Yeah, you're definitely all about that right now.
Yeah, and it's been a while. It's been probably about a year, but now mostly I'm really big in your inner circle. The people that you spend most of the time, because I think that there's this thing that says that you are the five closest people that you have around you. That's who you are. You guys might hear something in the background. Is our cat.
My loony.
She's trying to attack a lizard in the window. So don't you think that now that we have been spending more time with entrepreneurs and the real estate and all that has changed you a little bit?
I think if anything, it's changed more of my risk taking.
Right.
I feel like that it's more into me. Like before, I think I wouldn't have taken risk. I mean, there's a financial risk that comes into it, but with risk comes rewards. And so that has been a major shift for me. But I've noticed that since joining I won't say the name of the real estate community, the specific one, but since joining that community, I've seen a huge shift in your mindset when it comes to the people we surround ourselves with. You're very adamant about those being at your level or higher, when it comes to being motivated and hungry for more and for better.
Right. See, I have a thing that, there's two type of friends, right? The ones that drain you and the ones that inspire you. And for me, like, I have this one friend, Steve, and I'm sure he's probably going to listen to this.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve. But every time I talk and I hang up the phone, I say this every time, I always feel like, shit, I got to get my shit together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he is doing it. He's killing it. I need to do better. And I love that. I love that you need to surround yourself with people like doing better because you want to do better, but then you have friends or, co-workers or whoever it is that will bring you down, and for me, like, I'm really big in it and I just don't want no tie up. I have no problem taking those people around me.
But do you think that you were not like that before? Do you think have you never thought of that prior to going into real estate?
No, I don't think I was. Maybe I didn't think it was that important. Maybe I didn't see the importance of the people that you surround yourself with. Because when you're growing up, parents always telling you, be careful who you hang out with.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
They telling you this all your life, but do you really pay attention to it? And do you really think that it's really that important? It's really, really important, the people that you surround yourself with.
I was a goody goody, so I did.
Aww, you were?
Yeah, I think, yeah, for sure.
What about you, Ray? Do you think that it is important, the people you surround yourself with?
For sure, man. I'm one of those people that, like, once, I I'm surrounding myself with, but let's just give for an example, school. Let's say I'm at school for like 8 hours, right? And by the time I come out of school, I'm in like the worst mood ever. I'm just like, I hate school so much. But then I have wrestling after school and I go to wrestling and then I'm in like a totally different mood.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
It's because
You're like super pumped and motivated.
yeah, and I think it also depends on what you're doing as well. Because if you're just working 9 to 5, working with other people who are working 9 to 5, miserable, tired of their lives, you're gonna feel that kind of vibes because you know that's just the way you feel. But when you're working for like real estate or for
yourself,
when you're doing something just because you're passionate about it, the way you feel about things and then your vibes, your energy is just it shifts completely.
I agree.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it doesn't have to do about money. It doesn't have to do about anything. It has to do with, surround yourself with people that are in the mindset and, they're doing the same thing and doing things that you're passionate about. I think that's really it comes down to. But I'm really, really big on that. And, not only did it change my mind on that, it also changed my mind in the school system, which that Ray has always been so against it.
Yeah.
Have we prefaced that Ray is 17 years old and is a senior in high school?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
He's 17 years old. He's in senior high school.
I think we should say that so it makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah. But when I was growing up, not growing up, I would say to like 2 years ago, I was very big in, you have to go to college.
Yeah.
Definitely. For sure.
And Ray, obviously he has other goals and, he's going after his passion. And we were so big on telling him.
Can I tell a little story about that?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I kid you not. Since like middle school or whenever I started hanging out with Nick and Mary Beth, the thing was around like 6th grade a lot more. Like when I started hanging out with them a lot more when I was in the 6th grade. And then whenever we would go out somewhere, let's say somebody would ask me or Nick or Madi or anybody would ask me, well, what's the plan? And I would be like, well, I'm going to join a wrestling school and I'm going to one day go to the WWE or something. Right? And then they would look at me and be like, are you stupid? Like, why don't you go to college and become a lawyer or a scientist? I'm just like, I'd rather be a broke wrestler for the rest of my life than a scientist something that I honestly was not supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about doing what you feel like you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Because if you don't feel like if you're a scientist and you don't feel like you're a scientist, if you're a lawyer and you don't like you like if you think to yourself, man, I should have joined that wrestling school. I should have tried boxing out. I should have tried football out. But instead you chose to do something just because the money. But the thing about doing things for money is that we're all eventually not going to be here. The money's not going to be here when we're gone.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Mm-hmm. That's really, really true. And I think that's another thing that changed our mind. And I'm saying real estate because it's obviously what we joined, but I'm talking about just spending time with really entrepreneurs, that you don't need college to be successful, and I was a strong believer that you need to have a plan B, and then I realized that, having a plan B, you lose focus on the plan A. Mm-hmm. If you make your plan A, right, pretty much, then you have no other option but to make it successful.
True that.
And I think that also changed my mind. So I think in this last year and a half, my mind, I'm a completely different person the way I think and I see things, Now, like, we have a 4-year-old, Kyra, and, when she grows up, as long as she's doing something. See, because here's the thing. I don't want her obviously sitting down in our house after she graduates doing anything.
Doing nothing, yeah.
Doing nothing. No. So that's not what I'm trying to say. But, if her goal is to, I don't know, become a singer, an actress, or whatever the case might be, well, wrestler, she loves wrestling. As long as she is hustling and dedicating to what she really wants to be, she don't have to go to college. That's going to be the rule. As long as she's really following her dreams and really, killing it every day.
But the thing with college is, even if you go to college, you're still going to be struggling. It's just going to be, you're going to be struggling for something you don't even really want to do, unless you do want to go to college. But if you don't want to and you're forced to go, you're just struggling for something that you're not even interested in. And that's when people start getting like, depressed. And then in later on in years, they feel like they should have been doing something else.
No, and a lot of people, they graduate and they can't even find jobs.
They can't even find out what they graduated for.
And then they got all these loans and debt. And, I'm not saying college is bad, because obviously
For certain people.
you want to be a lawyer, you want to be, a doctor or anything like that. You have to go to college.
Yeah, because it's what you want to do.
Right. But if you want to be an actress, do I think you have to go to college? No, not in the world we live. If you want to be a successful business owner, you don't need college.
No safety net.
You don't need it. You don't need it anymore. All you do is the right mindset, dedication, and just hard work. That's really all you need. What do you think?
Wow.
She's really quiet.
I'm quiet because you guys are saying a lot. You guys are saying a lot. You guys are very, very passionate about it.
Yeah.
I'm very passionate about it.
Oh, I know you are, Ray. Yeah. You're very anti-school, so.
I think he's just happy that our mind changed.
Yeah. You guys have no idea. I promise you, they would still be forcing me to go to college to this moment if it wasn't for real estate.
It's funny because in my perspective, I do think that at the end of the day, we were put on this earth not to work and work and work and work. You know what I mean? We really only that we are aware of or know of, we live one life. And so whatever you choose to do, I hope it's something that you're very passionate about, because that's it. You know what I mean? We don't know if we get another chance. So no, and I agree with that 100%. I don't think I'm as passionate as you guys are for it, because I still believe in education. I think that it helps with a lot of things, whether it comes to public speaking or just how well you speak. I think it helps in the business, because there's a lot of things that you can learn from the business part of it too. So I do like education, because that's just who I am. I do like to be educated. You know what I mean?
But don't you think that going to college is not the only education that is out there?
No. I agree with you guys with that. I don't think that's the only thing, like your only option.
But do you agree that you could also learn to become a good entrepreneur just by, buying books from other entrepreneurs and learning what they did and learning their tips and tricks? And also,
to be honest with you, I feel like the real estate community that we joined, I felt like that was a form of education. It wasn't necessarily a 4-year college or a community college, but that was a form of education. Had we not taken that course or the several courses that we did, we wouldn't know as much as we know now. So I do really believe that. I think that we could have done it without it, but we would have made a lot more mistakes. It would have been a lot more difficult. And I don't think that we would be where we are right now when it comes to a lot of things. So I still think education is important.
When you said education, I was thinking you were saying like college and high school. But when you say education, you are talking about college and high school?
High school, it's a requirement. You have to deal with it. It is what it is.
Sadly.
No, but
sadly.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, do you think it helps you? Like, do you think it truly helps you?
I do. I do.
So do you think that someone who hasn't gone to high school, let's say that it's not that they just, they couldn't go to high school, they dropped out for certain reasons, like to help the family out. And do you think that they could not learn how to be a successful entrepreneur just by learning and reading books and trying different things and joining something like
I think that they could. I'm not saying that it would be impossible. I'm just saying it would take a lot longer and they would make a lot more mistakes that may be detrimental, that would then maybe cause them to not be able to continue that. So that's what I think. So I don't think it's a necessity. I think it's...
You don't think there's like a better alternative? You think that college is a better alternative than learning through books? Or
I think if it's, I don't, so okay, let's just say if you're, I don't know, want to paint. You know what I mean? If you're a painter, I don't think that it's necessary for you to take math classes. I don't see the point of that. So I think as long as you're going to school, I think school should cater to what you're actually wanting to do as far as your career or what you want to do for the rest of your life.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
So in that sense, I think education is important for specifically what you want to do.
Yeah,
I agree.
it's like kind of when we joined this community, right? They told us, they were like, you know,
People are going to wonder what this community is.
I know. We'll talk about it in maybe another episode. But when we joined the community, you know, they told us you can do this by yourself, but you know, we can maybe help you avoid mistakes that you're gonna make mistakes no matter what, whether somebody's holding your hand or not.
True that.
You know,
100% for
but
sure.
it's gonna be less mistakes. You'll have someone holding your hand and having a mentor that you can go and ask questions, read about. So I can see where you're coming from.
No, I completely agree with that. I was just saying, like, for someone who was trying to like do business and go to college for business, that's what I was saying.
I don't think that you should go to college for business.
Yeah, me either.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think that they should. I mean, right? I think, and this is just my personal opinion, I don't think the business degree is worth anything. So many people have it nowadays, you know? And the way I see it is like, it's all about the outsource, right? So let's say, for example, me. We all know that I don't know how to write proper English, right? You know, I will have someone else, if I'm the entrepreneur, I have someone else do all my writing. You know what I mean? That most likely went to college for English.
But even,
you see what I'm trying to say?
even if for someone who doesn't know how to write in English, they could also learn how to write English and for themselves. Like if you didn't have Madi or anybody else to write.
Yeah. If you want to, you can read it. You know, but some people learn different. You know, some people
but
learn,
not only just through college is what I'm saying. Like just through school, there's alternatives to learning different things.
Yeah, of course. But what I'm saying is that, you know, some people can learn on their own, and some people need school and need college. You know,
That's true.
You know, because there's different people that, you know, you just learn your own ways. You know, I'm like you. I always hated school. You know, I always hated school. I always hated the school system. You know, sitting on a classroom for how many hours? You know, I lose focus really quickly. You know, I don't learn like that. You know, I'm more hands-on and me trying it on myself and figuring it out on myself, and that's how I learn. You know, when Mari, you know, she can sit down, like when we would go to the boot camps, you know, she's just taking notes and having fun. And I'm just like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Like just losing my mind because I can't sit down for 9 hours and pay attention because I don't learn like that. You know what I mean? When she's just like 100 pages of notes, you know, in her notebook. So everybody learns different. You know, I'm a hands-on. What do you consider yourself?
I love school. I really enjoy being educated.
I'm cringing.
I love learning new things. Oh gosh, I love it so much.
But like,
I love taking notes.
You don't like this, just like, I mean, I love learning new things, but I just.
But on my own.
I hate learning. I hate learning about like the stuff that school teaches you. It's just so garbage. Like, honestly, like it's like when they try to like, okay. I think very few times school has actually taught me something that I was actually interested in.
What was it?
Like, I don't know, maybe just, you know, writing. Well, in 4th grade when we got to write like stories, and then my teacher crumpled up my story.
Oh my God, worst teacher ever.
Oh yeah, then you told us a story.
Yeah.
Had I known.
She told us to write a little thing, and then I wrote a little bit too long, and she's just like, I asked for
what a fucking terrible teacher.
she asked,
who does that? What kind of teacher does that? People like that should not be educated whatsoever.
Yeah, and there's a lot of teachers out there who should not be teachers. A lot. Just saying.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess it helped you because you like to write too.
Yeah, I do, but you know.
And you, I mean, I think you're pretty good. Like every time I write something in social media or something, I always have to ask my wife or Raymond or Ray. How do you
just call me Ray?
Ray.
What the fuck did you say? Raymond?
I just want people to know my name is Ramon. That's it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, please. Raymond, Ramon.
I will not
this is
call
too
you
complicated
Ramon.
for me.
I will continue
Ray.
to call you Ray.
So, I always have to ask you guys, and you're pretty good.
No, I mean,
you're really good at writing.
I'm happy that school taught me how to write, and of course, like simple English and simple and simple simple science and simple history and all that and math, whatever. But it's just to the point where it's just been getting a little ridiculous during the high school and like high school a little bit. I mean, English I think is super necessary. The English that we're learning now, that's like probably my favorite class. Science, I guess it's cool, but I don't know why it's mandatory for
I always
for everybody to know.
sucked ass in science.
For real?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just could never understand it, and I would really try. You know what I mean? Like I would really try, but I always thought I always sucked ass in that class.
I'm
Any
super
kind of
into
science class.
I love science.
Yeah, I'm super into space stuff and everything.
I love science and math. Those were my 2 classes.
You like math?
Loved math.
I used
still
to
do.
love math until I had this teacher who was just a terrible teacher, and she didn't like to explain shit.
But like my thing with math, the last years, my teacher, he would give us like so much homework. It was geometry, and I'm just like, okay, it's either do this geometry homework or go to wrestling. I'm choosing wrestling because I just already spent an hour in his class through my day. I'd rather spend. I'm not going to spend another 3 hours in my regular time when I could be wrestling with freaking people that I actually like.
Mom and Dad never had to worry about me doing homework because I used to do my homework right when I got home, and I would like.
Oh, you were definitely a goody goody.
Oh, I was such a goody goody. I
That's too
didn't
funny.
mind it at all whatsoever. I don't know. They never had to worry about me. It's so funny. Maybe that's why they sucked at being on top of you and Brenda because they I was the first and I really loved school, so I was always doing my homework. Yeah. So that's probably
they
what
didn't have to do it with them.
exactly. That's probably what they expected. But
That's too funny.
they're very different from me. So.
But right, don't you think that, and maybe that's what it is, that like you said that you go to school and you're spending all this time with people around your age that probably still don't know what they're doing, or maybe don't understand your goals, and then you go to wrestling and you are the youngest, right?
For sure.
For sure. So, spending time with older people that are either already doing it or working as
And
hard.
that I learn a lot from.
Exactly. So it motivates you. you
Yeah.
know? And I think, because we always telling him, go to school, have fun, meet friends, and still be young. But I can see why you wouldn't want to spend too much time with those kids in school.
Yeah, it's draining.
Yeah.
I would say that my best friends right now are probably like your guys' age. It's a little weird. But like in the 20s and 20s, I would say like from the people from wrestling. Like I would say that because it's just you learn so much more being friends with people who have been at your age before and who can give you like actual tips on life. You'd be like, oh, do this. You want to make sure you do that because when I was your age, you know what I'm saying? But then instead it's people my age. Bro, let's jump off of that cliff into the. It's just you're not doing. It's dumb. And I would much rather not spend my time with people like that. But there's certain people. I know a couple people from my school that are actually like
They're friends.
Yeah, I mean, like one of my friends, he's a boxer, but he's still he's still doing like stupid stuff. But I mean, I wouldn't say I'm not doing stupid stuff. I mean, sometimes I do stupid stuff.
Yeah,
Actually,
but
a lot
I
of the
bet you. I
times.
mean, if he's a boxer, he probably has to train a lot and
Yeah,
do pretty much what you're doing.
yeah. Especially now, he's taking it more seriously.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
But like another one of my friends, he's also like super into entrepreneur stuff, and I think he won something for like entrepreneur. Like he won like a competition between like teenagers for an entrepreneur thing.
That's nice.
Yeah, and we're always keeping up with each other, like giving each other like book ideas and
Oh, that's so
different
cute.
stuff like that.
That is so cool.
Aw.
That is so cool, right? I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I mean,
people
not
like
that.
that.
I need to know all your story, your whole life story, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, people like that around, growing up with is pretty good people to have in your life, especially with like similar goals, I would say.
I agree. And that's, like I said, this is like the one thing I'm so big in my life right now, because I want us to do better. I want us to be motivated because it's easy to just follow a routine and crash and lose that motivation, But when you have people around you that you constantly seeing them pushing, it makes you want to keep pushing.
True that.
Because it is life. You do like get tired, you get lazy, you get fall in a routine. You just want to sit down and watch TV and things like that. It's just it's easy to fall on that. But when you surround yourself with the right people, you gotta keep up. That's really what it is. You just gotta keep up. You gotta keep up, or you just get left behind.
Yep.
And you saying that for the longest time, all of our friends were older. We were always the babies.
We were always the youngest.
We were always the youngest, and I love having friends that are older than us. Absolutely love it.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we ever really had friends that are younger than us.
Yeah, up until just very recently.
Yeah, and it's just not. I can't do it. I really can't do it. I love having people. For the longest time, we were like the youngest one of the group, and the ones that we didn't have kids.
Yeah,
because we were the youngest one. But I love it. I love having older friends.
Mature.
That's really what it is. Mature friends, and people that are just doing it.
Hustling.
They're hustling. And for me, that's, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, it's mindset and your inner circle. That's the two things that you need. Obviously, in the work ethic.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because you could have dreams, but if you don't have the work ethic, you're not gonna go nowhere. Because you need to be very disciplined, especially when you are your own boss.
Yeah, not make excuses, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate when people make excuses.
Yeah.
Like, I'm too tired, or I'm too this, or, I worked this, I had to wake up early. It's like, no, we got to do this.
Oh, then you might as well just quit.
Exactly. It's like, okay, so when are you going to have time,
Yeah. Especially when, again, you see other people, doing it, waking up, you know what I mean? Like, like, I'm horrible waking up early, but I've been having really bad insomnia. So, no, like, seriously, like, I'm, like, sleeping 2-3 hours a night. But, again, my friend Steve, this man wakes up so early every day, and I think by 10 o'clock, he already worked out. He had, like, a bunch of stuff already done.
That's my dream.
You know what I mean? So, that is like, okay, I got to get to that, Yeah. And I love that. And other people are doing it, And I think when there's this thing about, I don't know if you ever heard it or read it. It says that becoming an entrepreneur is leaving your 9 to 5 to 5 to 9.
Wait, what?
It's leaving your 9 to 5 job to 5 to 9. So 5 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. So you're pretty much working all day.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Because as an entrepreneur, you really have to, you're on your own.
Yeah.
You're on your own till you can actually outsource your, the jobs that you don't want to do, So when you first start, you are the boss, the CEO, the employee, you everything, the marketing person. So now till you can actually outsource, you have a lot on your shoulders, and it takes a lot of dedication and struggles, and it just takes everything out of you. It really does.
But I think it's different because you're working towards something for yourself, not for someone else, not for someone else's company, not for corporate. It's for you, for you. It's for your business. It's for your family, for your legacy.
I agree. And then also understanding that, everybody, it's gonna take them a different time. Maybe for us, it's gonna take us 2-3 years. And maybe somebody else is going to take them a year, So it's knowing that and still keep staying consistent, and motivated. And that's why you need to surround yourself with the right people, because it's easy to lose that motivation, especially if you're not getting to that goal, sooner than later, you know what I mean? Or things like that. So I think that's why it's so important to keep the right mindset, work ethic, and the people that you surround yourself with.
I agree.
You said it, baby. You said it.
That's it. I said it. All right, so that's it for today, guys. I'm gonna wrap this up. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at the Lopez Pena Show.
The Lopez
Pena
Pena
Show.
Show.
Oh yeah.
That sounds cool. I don't care what anybody says. It sounds cool. It goes together. Okay.
Nice, yeah.
It's cute.
All right, guys. So to the next one.
All right, bye.
Bye.